Hello everybody, welcome back to another Train Sim World 5 video. You join us back in Scotland, in Glasgow, on the Cathcart Circle route in the lovely class 314. I thought 380, we've done that quite a bit, so let's hop in the old school 314. Especially as this did get updated alongside the Cathcart remaster, so it's sort of up to modern standards, I suppose. Cool. Right, let's get the doors shut. And we're going via the east side of the loop as well. So it's a bit quicker via Mount Florida. Oh, Pendo. We've got to have a look at that. Oh, my keyboard's not plugged in. Cool. That was good timing. Yeah, with the update, you've now got the Pendolino AI, which is very nice. I'm just going to get my keyboard plugged in. I haven't played TSW in ages. Generally, well, I'll say that's probably been about a week. But a week for me, not playing TSW is quite substantial. Why's the audio buzzing a bit? Can you hear that audio buzz? I mean, hopefully you can't, but... I'm trying to plug in this keyboard. Can you hear the audio buzzing? Again, hopefully you can't hear it buzzing. I've got a feeling the cable's dying. Possibly. Hang on, let me be gentle a bit. Oh, there's still a bit of an audio buzz. Is that the train or is that my wire? Hang on, I'll do a little test. You're not going to hear any audio. Just whilst I see. No, it's either the headset or the train. There's like a slight crackle, so it probably is my headset or the controller, something like that, causing that. Right, let's speed up. Don't want to go slow. Cool. What is it along here? 50, I think? Yeah, I think it's 50 or so. 50, yeah, because no, 50 is the sort of main speed limit on the branches, but then you've also got the 55 limit if you go to Nilston, I believe. Probably going to end up running late on here. Lovely. What does everyone prefer to drive though? Do you prefer driving the 380 or the 314? Do you prefer the old school traction or the new school traction? I mean, to be honest, the 380 is, well, it is modern, but what, 2010? Here we are. I think it's right down to the end. Cool thing about this route is now you can get some 6 coach services, whereas before there was like none. You can now get some which are 6. I don't think there's many, but yeah, it'd be quite cool to get a 6. Come on, train. Just go forward a bit more. There we go. So we've been playing a lot of Train Sim Classics, so like the physics of trains are just sort of different. Oh, they brake and stuff. Right, let's get the door shut. Well, a lot of the class 318 I've been driving, which is similar to this train. Similar-ish. Right, let's get going. Hopefully everyone has been enjoying this sort of flurry of Scottish content. There'll be more to come. hopefully we'll do a full run Edinburgh Glasgow in the 385 because we haven't done that in ages. So hopefully we can do that soon. And then do some more suburban northwest on Train Sim Classic. Maybe the West Coast Main Line North on there, so we get to see that sort of Hamilton and Motherwell. And we're off. Was it Burnside next? Yeah, Burnside, I think. So I'm not half asleep, so bit of about a 3 AM start today, and it's now 6 PM, or no, 7 PM. So yeah, I apologise for sounding tired or quiet or whatnot. Yeah, half asleep. But Cathcart couldn't wait. We had to come and give it a go. Why can't we go a little bit faster on here? I want to go 60. I mean, it's a slow route, but in most parts of this route, you can sort of see why it's slow, because all the stations are really close to one another, etc. But on this bit where they're sort of 1.5 miles, 2 miles from one another, you get a little bit more speed than just 50. You easily get up to 50. Especially on the Neilston bit. That should definitely be, what, 60, 65, maybe even 70, but no. Realistically, it's slow. Coming in a little bit quick. Now we go, that's the 383 coach stop marker. I don't think we actually have our own free coach stop marker, so we'll just stop here. That'll do. That'll do. Bit rough, but here we are. Is there a 314 free coach one? No, don't think so. There's the 314. The 31. I think it's the 318. The 314 isn't sort of meant to be on this route. Or at least on the remastered, the new timetable. It's a modern timetable. And the 314 hasn't been in service, I think, since 2017. So it's sort of a bit weird to have the 314 on this timetable, but I think it's meant to be replicating the older, well, the Class 320 and the Class 318, which we don't have in the game. So I assume if we did ever get the 318 and the 320, basically all of those services would then be taken over by them. Or at least all of the 314 services on this timetable. Maybe with the player being able to pick the 314. I don't know, who'd like to see more sort of Glasgow suburban routes on Train Sim World? Personally, yeah, go on, do it. There's some good traction up here, and sort of older traction as well. Yeah, Class 320, 318, 334. That's not old, but that's a cool train. So a nice mix. Now coming up to Croftfoot. Again, coming in a bit quick, so a little bit of step. I don't really like using step 3, but really on this train it ain't that bad. Like, you sort of want to sort of stay, you know, step 1, step 2 to be fairly sort of gentle, but step 3, yeah, isn't really that great on. I mean, this is step 3. You know, it's not the best. Oh no, that was step 3. Here we are. Now we do. It's not as easy when it's on the offset side. Right, let's get the door shut, and it will be Kings Park next. Lovely. And let's go. My points are going to be all over the place for this run. Well, come on then, go. There we go, we're off. The 3-1-4 when the game was, well, the 3-1-3 and the 3-1-4 sort of have a, it was weird. It was, yeah, because the 3-1-3 got announced way before Cathcart Circle was known. When did the 3-1-3 first go on sort of the road map? I'm pretty certain it was months before the Cathcart Circle and the 3-1-4 went onto the road map. But then the 3-1-4 and Cathcart sort of came out first, and then the 3-1-3 months later then came out. It was sort of, yeah, it was a funny old time. Just for the fact, yeah, the 3-1-3 had been on the roadmap for ages, hadn't released, and all of a sudden 3-1-4 comes on, and it's like, oh, it's coming next week. Not quite next week, but soon. But it was quite cool getting to. This is Pep getting 2 Peps. Hang on, yeah, it is Pep, this one. Getting 2 of them sort of within close proximity of each other ish. Next, just released in June 2021, and then the 3-1-3 came out in. Was it after Brighton Mainline released? November 2021. So there wasn't really too much of a gap between the releases. Yeah, that'll do. Here we go, this is Kings Park. We're losing time, we're 40 seconds behind now. It's not any good. Sorry mate, you missed it. So you click the button, he starts walking towards click the button. Oh no, back. Missed it, too late. That happens a lot in real life. As I said, within my job role, sadly we don't control the doors of the train. So, but people still think you control the doors. So they'll sort of, yeah, see you're at the door, poking your head out, making sure it's all good. Driver will start closing the doors, and then you'll have a latecomer running at your door and like banging on the door to let them in. And it's like, well, I can't do anything. And they sort of, their facial expression changes to like, oh, I've missed it, bugger, and then they sort of get behind the yellow line. Oh, hello, there's another 3-1-4, nice. Or at least the door I'm standing at's usually one of the last to close. So people, yeah, will go to the front coach, click one of the buttons, but it won't work because the driver's locked it already. And then they'll see my door sort of just closing as I'm sort of poking my head out, and they'll be like running down. It's like, no, it's gone, too late. But one of the best feelings, though, and it is one of the best feelings, is when you get to the train station and there's like a really late train, which comes in just as you get there. That's the best thing. It's like, oh, I'll be there 20 minutes earlier because I got on the late train. Out we go. Cool. And that's one thing I did notice a lot about Glasgow. Now I've been there in real life, which is quite cool to say. Is you get a lot of these sort of tower blocks. A lot of them. And they're not really pleasant. I suppose quite brutalist, sort of 1960s, 1970s. But there was like a lot. Does anyone live in any of them? What are they like? Yeah, does anyone live within one of the tower blocks of Glasgow? I'm sure on the inside they're probably quite nice, but on the outside, yeah, it's Cool, and here we are. But I noticed that a lot about Glasgow. A lot of the buildings are sort of quite, like the sandstone buildings, sort of right in the centre of Glasgow. They're all sort of run down. Need sort of a touch of paint or a bit of a clean. As yeah, we went to Edinburgh, Inverness, and Glasgow. Which Edinburgh, lovely. I mean, that could probably do a bit of a. I mean, literally all of the cities in the UK need a bit of a clean up. Right, let's go. And then it will be Cross Hill next. Well, the Inverness, however, that was lovely. Yeah, Inverness was really nice. Very cold, but nice. And we're off. There's only one reside in Glasgow. And what part of Glasgow as well? Have we covered your part of Glasgow on one of these videos, sort of within, and we've done loads of Glasgow stuff? But touching back on the subject of the sort of all the sandstone buildings within Glasgow, when they first must have sort of constructed it, it must have been really bright and sort of quite light and rather quite nice. But yeah, they're all sort of weathered. Yeah, that's all weathered now. Sort of weathered sandstone, all grimy, and it's not as nice. We stop on this marker as to where the 314. Oh, this is Cross Hill, and then Queen's Park after this. Destination's gone all blurry. I don't know why it does that. It's annoying. It's almost like a memory leak of the destination. All blurry. Does it on the Bakerloo line as well, on the 72 stock. Weird. Right, let's do that, and let's get going. Let's watch the train leaving as well. Why not? With the blurry destination. Cool. Get that up. But a really cool thing about Glasgow though is the Glasgow subway, like a mini underground. That was cool. And that was really modern as well. I think actually quite recently they did get the new subway trains. Yeah, the Glasgow subway is really nice, like really pleasant. That probably actually was my favourite thing about Glasgow, was the subway. It was awesome. Didn't do the full loop though, just a little bit. I think from, was it Calcadens to Kelvin Bridge. That's not a bad stop. But even the tickets for the Glasgow subway were cool. Like literally everything about it was cool. The trains, the stations, the design. Really nice. Right, Let's get going. Pollock Shields East next. Cool. We are off. But it was quite nice to sort of put a name. Hang on, put an image to a place name. I don't know if that makes any sense. Probably not. I'm like half asleep, so rambling on. But yeah, sort of having driven the Glasgow subway on Train Sim Classic, it was quite nice to sort of see what's above in real life, which was cool. Because Carroll Caddens, I originally would have thought that would have been sort of the city centre. And I thought all of the Glasgow subway was basically just the city centre, but it does sort of go out a bit into sort of the west side of Glasgow. But Caddens was a funny old station because it's very close to the city centre, like probably what, a 2-3 minute walk off like one of the main streets. But yeah, it was like a sort of a main residential area. Which was again a bit sort of brutalist, sort of 1960s, 1970s architecture. It was just sort of funny how close it was to the thing. Yeah. Oh, I can hear 380. Right, let's get the doors shut. I blame Catties for a slightly dodgy stop there. Tried jumping in front of the thingy as we were coming in. Right, Glasgow Central next. Yeah, there'll be more Glasgow videos to come and more Scottish videos to come. Would like to revisit the the Glasgow to Alloa and Dunblane route. We're going to do that at some point. Yeah, to Alloa. Alloa? Alloa. I think that's how you say it. Alloa. I used to call it Alloa, but I'm pretty certain it's Alloa. So we'll do some of that at some point. Cool. 25. I need to get a photo as well. We haven't got one yet. At least hang on. Let's get one out because the destination isn't blurry. So if we go a bit further, it might get all blurry, which would be annoying. Might change the time of day a little bit just because it's. Ooh. Why is it only going 3 hours? So that's just really bright. Let's turn down the brightness. Where is the brightness? It's not that. Exposure. No. Saturation. No, that just makes it interesting. Let reset. There we go. Field of view. Yeah, so it's all right there. It's just when you zoom in. But I want to zoom in. Maybe let's wait a bit. We'll get another shot in a bit. But as mentioned in, I don't know if that video's gone out yet, but one of the Train Sim Classic videos, one of the sort of the weird things about Glasgow was this. I think we're coming up to it now. You've got like, the massive motorway bridge going right, almost right through the sort of centre of it. Yeah, sort of splits the city in two almost, sort of the centre and then sort of the side bit. Let's try and get a shot now. Field of view. It's gone all bright again. What about on this side? On that side. It's sort of a dodgy time of day. We'll just have to deal with it, I think. Actually, that's not too bad. Be basic. There we go, dude. Yeah, to go on Google Maps and have a look at Glasgow. Like, it's just sort of funny the way the motorway goes, sort of right through almost the middle of the sort of centre of the city. What was it? The M8. So you've got the whole sort of centre of Glasgow, and just the massive motorway going right through the middle, and then sort of like still the centre, or is it the centre? I don't know. It's funny. So I always sort of thought the Glasgow subway was like a loop around the centre of Glasgow, but not really. Sort of goes out to the west. Not a bad little run though from Newton. Nothing sort of notable. Pretty bog standard run, but not too bad. There's the 385 there, which I would like to drive again at some point. Both on Train Sim Classic and on Train Sim World. Yeah, hopefully maybe an Edinburgh to Glasgow run, or vice versa. That would be nice to do, and also getting back in the 158. Although I might just wait for that to go to 5 Circle before we do that. Now coming up to a red light. In fact, let's get a shot here now. We got a bit of sun, so that's a bit. That's it. It's gone all blurry. Look, the blooming destination. I don't know why it does that, but it's really annoying. That's it. It's some sort of memory leak, like you get on the Kinzigtau barn, where it goes all sort of blurry. We got to wait for that one first, haven't we? There you go, right next to the 385. Is that train holding both of us up? That 158 coming out. There's that Pendo we saw earlier. Probably the same one. Will we get the signal at the same time? Hang on, let's get the DRA on. Will we get it at the same time? Like a race into Glasgow Central. The AI will probably win. Yeah, now we got the road. That hasn't there. I wonder what that one's waiting for. Unless that's then waiting for us to go as well, which is probably what it's doing. Sorry mate, not as good as us. Gotta wait. Cool. As we come into Central Station. I think it's a 380 as well. It's a good train, the 380. I mean, both, you know, the 700 and the 380 are good on this game. Much better than the Train Sim Classic counterparts, which are both pants. And also with the Cathcart Circle remaster, you also a lot of the time do permissive work, whereby you'll be sharing a platform with another train. You'll know when you get that because you'll get the position. You won't get the main aspect of the signal. You'll get a position light signal, the little signal to the side of the main aspect. That should go on instead. Which it does happen fairly often on this route. Cool. nice and close to the buffers, but don't want to eat them. That'll do. Sort of one of those stations where you don't really need to get all of the way. There we go. That will do. Oh, hang on. Well, I just want to put the DRA on. There we go. Right, that can go to that. That can go to that. Cool. Well, that is going to be it, everybody, for today's Train Sim World video. Hopefully, everyone has a look at that. Lovely. Oh, I think there is actually some platform sharing going on over there. Yeah, there is. I think. Is that a 350 and a one? Yeah, you got a 350 and a 158 sharing the same platform there. That is cool. And the 350 is meant to be a Transpennine Express service as well. Well, hopefully everyone has enjoyed it. Yeah, links to usual places: Discord, PayPal, merch store. If you do want one of these cool boards, link is below, my affiliate link to it. Feel free to go through that, as then we get a bit of commission for it, which then means we can get more cool things for the channel. Apart from that, see you all in the next one. Take care. Bye, guys.